Hello and welcome to Digital Medboard. You are looking at the front view of the heart, which has four borders. About 90% of the inferior border of the heart is formed by the right ventricle, while remaining 10% is formed by the cardiac apex of the left ventricle. About 80% of the left border is made up of left ventricle, including the small portion of the cardiac apex, while remaining 20% is made up of left auricle, separated by the left auriculoventricular groove. Now moving on to the coronary sulcus and arterial supply. To visualize this, draw a straight line about 75% in length from the left auriculoventricular groove, parallel to the inferior border of the heart, and trace it downward to the junction of right and inferior borders. These lines are known as coronary sulcus, where the coronary arteries are located. The coronary sulcus contains the AV groove, which separates the atria from the ventricles. The left coronary sulcus contains the left coronary artery, and the right coronary sulcus contains the right coronary artery. A line running near the left border of the heart separates the right ventricle from the left ventricle. This is where the anterior interventricular septum is located. The artery supplies this region is remembered by the mnemonic, which is AIVA/AIVG, means anterior interventricular artery in the anterior interventricular groove, which supplies by the anterior interventricular septum. Based on this orientation, let's review this schematic diagram. The right ventricle sends deoxygenated blood to the lungs via the pulmonary trunk, which moves upward and to the left. Superior to the pulmonary trunk is the arch of aorta. The three major vessels in this region. At the right side, the superior vena cava. To the left side, it is the pulmonary trunk. In between the superior vena cava and the pulmonary trunk is the ascending aorta. Now moving further to coronary artery supply. The ascending aorta gives rise to both right coronary artery and the left coronary artery. The right coronary artery supplies the right atrium and the right ventricle. It gives off a branch called the acute marginal artery, which supplies the right ventricle. The left coronary artery separates the left atrium from the left ventricle, and it divides into two branches. At first, anterior interventricular branch, which primarily supplies the left ventricle, but also supplies a part of right ventricle through a branch called interventricular branch. Next, the left coronary artery continues as a circumflex artery in the left coronary sulcus, giving rise to the obtuse marginal artery and the diagonal artery. We got a question. Mark structure is supplied by all the following arteries, except. Based on our discussion, the mark structure is the right ventricle, which is primarily supplied by the right coronary artery, including the marginal artery and the anterior interventricular branch. The diagonal artery mainly supplies the left ventricle. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Digital Medboard. Got questions? Drop them in the comments below. See you in the next video. Until then, stay tuned. Cheers.